I'm Ananda Balayogi, yoga teacher and trainee yoga therapist, and this is, I believe it's number 17 in my Sharing is Caring Sunday, where I share practices that I've been concentrating on the previous week, or that I have considered maybe something I want to share with you. So hopefully you're having a good morning, or a good day, or a good evening, depending on where you are. And let us just start by invoking the support and power of the Gurus. Just sitting up nice and quiet with a nice erect spine, nice open chest, nice soft heart. And you can sit up in Vajrasana, and if that's not possible for you, you can sit on a chair with a nice straight back, or you can sit cross-legged. And arrive in your yogic practice space. So you can close your eyes, just settle down, quieten down, calm down. Just a period of nice sitting, quiet sitting. To start our practice. Focusing on moving from doing into a state of being. Just being here for an hour, being with me, sharing my practice with me for an hour. So making the intent to fully be here and participate in the practice. Nowhere else to go, nothing else to do, for just 1 hour. And draw your hands to your heart while I just chant the invocation of the Guru. Om Tat Paramparaya Vidmahe Jnana Lingeshwaraya Dhimahi Tanno Guru Prachodayate. Om. And you can open your eyes and come into the practice. And we are going to practice pranayama this morning. The power of the breath of life, on which also the prana, the life force, the energy, comes into us in various ways, but this way we're talking about the energy that comes in on the breath. So I just want us to warm up and get a little bit of energy into the body first of all. And we're just going to, you can come to standing. Yeah, I'm going to come to standing to accommodate those I know that work with me that have some problems with the knees. And I will show you some variations of Vyagraha breathing, tiger breathing, that you can use if you really cannot put any pressure on your knees. So I'm coming to standing. I'm just going to shake off the lethargy of my night, shaking off my hands, shaking off my elbows, shaking off my shoulders, and just doing some nice rotations with the shoulders, up and back and forward, and really just getting rid of any burden, any tension, any stress. And maybe we can do the same with the legs, just shaking out, pressing into one foot. You can hold onto a chair or a wall if you need the help. Just shaking off one foot. Just getting rid of any tension. You may want to do just a couple of rotations. Just a couple. And the other side. Always starting to wake up the body before our practices, particularly if we haven't long been up out of bed. Can really be helpful. And shake both arms and legs, and maybe you need to do just a little not a jog, but opposite hands to opposite legs, and bring the hands together, bring in left brain together with right brain, making those connections. Yoga is all about making connections, not just in the physical body, but connectivity in our brain, our neural system, our breath, our emotions, just everything, making connections to help us be the best person we can be. We'll just open the side body a little bit before I come back down onto all fours, but I can show people with knee problems how to do this on a chair. So opening the feet maybe at hip distance. You can raise one arm up, right arm, and breathing out, just stretch out the ribs, because we're going to be using our rib basket to help bring a lot of air in, and use our power of the breath. And the right hand on the right hip, breathe in, lengthen, and just come over to the side. Stretch it out. Breathe in, bring both arms up, link the hands, press through the palms. So you're really stretching the side body, stretching the spine, but also stretching the side body, giving your armpits a nice stretch as well, waking things up. Breathe in here, and come over to the side, like in a crescent moon, pressing through the feet. Breathe in, and over to the left. And of course, Facebook mirrors me, okay? So it might look like my right, but it is my left, okay? Breathe in here, just a gentle twist, opening out the arms. Palms come up the fingers come, stretch, and breathing out. And go for length in your limbs, an extension of the shoulder through the arms, and shake it out. So we're going to practice Chatuspadasana, all fours, on the knees, on the floor, before we come into the pranayama for practice. But I just want to show you how you can manage to do that using a chair, if you have problems actually putting any weight on the knees. Okay, so we can stand a little bit away from the chair, maybe place our hands down, and then just work out for ourselves where we feel stable, with the feet maybe under the hips. And initially let's look as if we can get the hands under the shoulders, yes, which you would in Chatuspadasana, with a nice straight back and the head coming forward. So when we practice, Chatuspadasana is on all fours. This could be your position. If you could bend the knees, that might be helpful, but if you can't, it's fine to just press through the feet. Try not to hyperextend the knees. And we're going to practice Vyagraha, tiger breathing, okay? Tiger breathing. So we breathe in and we see if we can lift the tailbone. We're breathing in lower, mid, upper, all the way along the spine. And we breathe out, we suck the belly in, and we bring the tailbone to pubic bone. And it's an action of the breath as opposed to you thinking it as a physical action. So you're breathing in. Breath is lower, mid, upper. And as you breathe out, you are breathing out, lower, mid, upper. So if you're already standing and you can go on your knees, but you practiced with me, that's just something if you had an injury, you could use. So I'm coming to the floor now. So hopefully that is helpful and useful for those students who do really have knee issues. No reason why you can't practice the breath. So coming on to Chatuspadasana, let us just take a few moments to allow the spine to take a break from gravity, the organs to hang in a nice comfortable position as opposed to when you're upright they're hanging down. So they're having a little break, maybe getting a little bit more space in this position, pressing through the fingers, the knuckles, the palms of the hands. Head comes forward. This is a nice stretch for the diaphragm. So think of this as a pranayama, okay? It also mobilizes the spine, of course. You're going to breathe in through the bottom lungs, mid, upper, extending and expanding the chest, and you'll feel the pull in the belly, which gives the diaphragm a nice workout. And breathe out. Bring the tailbone in, belly drops back, head releases. Let's do 6 of these. Breathing in. Lead with the tailbone and the lower lungs, so it's lower, mid, upper. As you breathe in, and as you breathe out again, lead with the lower lungs and the tailbone coming towards pubic bone. And all the way with the head going down. Breathe in. Let's see if we can get it into just a little flow here. Press through the hands. Breathe out. Twice more. Breathe in. And breathe out. And if it's first thing in the morning for you, it can be a bit more stiff initially, but it will warm up. Breathing in. Looking forward, see if you can get the tailbone high and drop the belly. Feel the stretch in the belly. And breathe out. And if you like to come back into Shishankasana, so the bottom comes to the heels, maybe the palms face up if you feel a little bit of strain in the wrist, and head comes down. And notice the breath, notice where you are feeling the breath. If you're standing and you're using a chair, you could maybe fold your arms, put your head on the chair, and extend the spine in that way. Please breathe in. Again, you can practice this from a standing position using your chair. This hour on a Sunday is going through the practices from a therapeutic perspective. So I know there are people who come to me on this Sunday who have certain limitations. So we take it slow. So back up to Chatuspadasana. We're just going to practice Chiri Kriya. You can bring the knees closer together if that suits you, or if it feels better to have them slightly apart, gives you more stability if they're slightly apart under the hips, that's your choice. We're just going to breathe in. You're going to extend the back leg, the right leg, and see if we can reach it high without opening the hip. Chiri Kriya, cricket. And bend it and come slowly back down, about the count of 6. Breathing in. So again, you're thinking of lower, mid, upper. Breathing out, starting from lower. So you are bringing the belly back as the breath drops out. And last time like this, breathing in. And out. Left leg, breathe in. And out. I'm not bringing my head down yet. You're going to do that next time. Breathing in. Just practicing in this way. And breathing out. One more time like this. See if you can really keep the hips level and stretch as you breathe out from lower, mid, upper. And take a little break, come back, turn the hands up, or maybe you need to do some rotations with the wrists. That's perfectly fine. Don't hold any tension. It can be nice maybe to sit up and use the wrists in this way, which can help you release the tension and release the pressure, and also get a bit more space in the wrist joint, and shake them out if they feel a bit sore. Shake them out. So we do the full Chiri Kriya with the head coming to the Nina. We just do 3 on either side. So hopefully the spine feels a bit more mobile by this stage. So just bringing the body forward slightly. You don't want to pull back behind the hands. Head comes forward slightly. Breathe in here. Extend the leg. doesn't have to point the toes, don't have to flex the feet in any way. And as you breathe out, here we bring the knee in towards the head. Breathe in. And breathe out. Contracting the right side, squeezing them. Breathe in. Extend the leg first before you lift it high. And breathe out. And down. And left side, breathing in. Look forward or up. But don't strain the neck. Breathe out. Bring the knee in. Breathing in. And out. Squeezing all the breath out. Last time in. Up you come. And last time out. And you can come back into Chatuspadasana. Those of you who don't have knee problems, you can just crawl around a little bit. Just allowing the spine to enjoy the reprieve from gravity. Also just getting a sense of how you move through your bones, through your muscle, through your sinews. Just behaving as though you were a tiger. And back and forth. If you really have a bad back, this can be really nice work to do. It's good for many things. For many things. And I'm just going to breathe in here and sit back. And I'm in Vajrasana. Now, some of you might be able to do this with cushions underneath, or you may need to sit on your chair at this point. Make sure if you are kneeling up, you might want padding for the knees. And please take a sip of water and make sure you have water available all the way through this practice, because as we are going to be breathing deeply, we will also exhale a lot of moisture, okay? So last time we were together, we did the Vibhaga Pranayama, which was, while I talk, I just put this, which was the complete yogic breath. And we started with the lower lungs, yes, the lower lobes, just use the ribs as our benchmark, which is Adam Pranayama. We did the mid-chest, okay, Madhyam Pranayama, and we did the upper, the clavicular breath, Adhyam Pranayama. So we used the Sparsha Mudra. We used the hands in this way to get in touch with where those lobes are, because it's not something we're used to doing in our culture in the West. We may not even know exactly where our lungs end. I didn't. So in the front, we're looking for the ribs here, which are, the floating ribs. We're looking at the side, and we were looking at the back. And we spent some time doing the three parts, the lower, the mid, and the upper. And it's very interesting work. And I had a couple of messages from a few of you who said that it was challenging, but you enjoyed the work. So the Mahat Pranayama, the one we're going to look at today, brings all of those three sections into one complete yogic breath. So we breathe in lower, mid, upper on one cycle of inhalation, and we breathe out lower, mid, and upper. Now the reason why we don't reverse it from lower, mid, upper to upper, mid, lower for exhalation is because we're working to support the diaphragm, the diaphragmatic muscle, which is so obviously essential in breathing. We want to support that and increase its strength. So the diaphragm drops down as we breathe in, okay? And it comes back up as we breathe out. So we breathe in lower, mid, upper, and as the diaphragm is coming back up, we're coming back up with it. Lower, mid, upper. And that's the reason. So we are all going to breathe whether we do this practice or not, unless one day we stop breathing. But our survival, sympathetic nervous system breathing comes from the brain stem, our place of survival, our place of me. Whereas the slow, mindful, conscious breath that we're learning today, and we've done a few sessions already, is about your consciousness, your decision making, your discernment, your choice. You know, and Dr. Ananda says choice is our human superpower, which, you know, it is. We can blame everyone for everything, but generally we have to make our own choices in life. So this is about being conscious of the breath. And if anything is going to change your life, your well-being, your health, your attitude, everything, it's the breath, when we change the breath. So today I'm going to remind us with the Sparsha Mudra, the palms, and they are sort of closed fingers, they're not open fingers, okay, so that we get a sense, a connection from our body to our brain, that this is where we want to breathe. We're going to just do 3 rounds of lower, mid and upper, okay, so lower, mid and upper. We're going to just do 3 rounds, just in the front. So when we breathe in, we try and breathe using the front, side and back. Okay, we don't just breathe in the front body, we breathe in the front, side and back. The same when we go to mid, front, side and back. Same when we come to upper, front, side and back. That never changes. That's the inhalation. Now when we exhale, it comes back, side and front. It just reverses. It sounds like a lot of information. When we start doing it, it will click. So I don't want to overwhelm you with words. Let's try it. So sitting up nice and tall. If you're on your chair, make sure you're on your sit bones. Your spine is erect, your feet are under your knees, and you have an open chest. Plenty of room for the lungs, plenty of room for the ribs. Close your eyes and place your hands on the lower ribs. And the fingers need to be closed but not tension. Shoulders up and back. Just take a moment with your eyes closed. Just the lower lungs we're focusing on. Breathe out together. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out. Back. Side. Front. Breathe in. Front. Side. Back. Out. Back. Side. Front. Breathe in. Breathe out. Place the hands on the legs and just notice. And don't worry if you don't get a sense or a connection immediately. That's unlikely to happen. It takes time, it takes practice, you're not used to it. Okay? So mid-breath, so that was Ananda Pranayama. Okay, the lower lobes of the lungs. So we move up to Madhyam Pranayama. Now you can either place one hand sort of in where, you know, the center here, and one hand on the belly. That's where you can place it to get a sense of the mid-chest, or if you like, you can just place it on your chest. But don't close the elbows in too much like this. Soften, make sure there's plenty of space. You don't have to hold them rigid out, but you know, a little bit out is good. Make some room for the breath. Close your eyes. Breathe out. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, front, side, back, out, back, side, front. Breathe in. Expand, breathe out. Release. Mahat Pranayama. Come back to your nice sitting position. Soften your shoulders, soften your face. And open your eyes and come into the space. Now when we practiced this in the last lesson, obviously we took time, it was new, and we placed the hands front, side, as well as back, to get that sense of where the lungs were moving in all domains of the lung body, if you like, or rib body, okay? But there's no time today, I need to go on to the Mahat, so I'm using just the front as a reminder. But if you want to practice, revisit the previous video and do the whole front, side and back practice, okay? So for the clavicular breathing, I'm going to actually put my, you can either put your hand here, yeah, you can put your hand here if you like to, okay? Just under the clavicle bone, okay? So it's not in the heart space, it's just under here, so it's slightly further up. Make sure you have plenty of room under your armpits, and the other hand is not up and closed, it's placed down, okay? Close your eyes again. Breathe out together. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in, front, side, back, out, back, side, front. Breathe in. Notice where you feel the breath. Breathe out. Drop your hands. Soften through the shoulders. Really extend the spine so you're nice and tall through the crown, but the front body is soft and open. You can blink your eyes open and come into the room. So that's a reminder of where we are, okay? Low, mid, upper. 3 different departments of the lungs that we want to access and breathe into. And in future classes I will show how you can actually manage to breathe into individual lobes. It's a beautiful practice, but we're taking it one day at a time, one step at a time, not rushing into anything. So please take a sip of water. If you've been sitting on your heels and you need to release the legs before we come into the Mahat Pranayama, then do so. I tend to come forward, just kick my legs out a little bit, let the blood come back into my feet, into my legs, which feels really nice. And I sit back down. So this time we are using mudras, hasta mudras. Hasta is hand, mudra is a gesture or a seal. It helps our brain know where we want to breathe. These mudras have a direct impact on where we want to breathe in the body. Okay? It's a methodology of sealing energy and creating that connection, that neural pathway. Okay, so it's absolutely wonderful. So the first one for the lower lobes, the Ananda Pranayama, is a mudra called chin mudra. Chin mudra, okay? So you want to, you've probably all seen it, you want to bring your thumb and your forefinger together, and the other fingers are together like this. Okay? So the fingers are together, they're not splayed apart. And the thumb and the forefinger are only touching gently. They're not squeezing. You don't want to create any tension in your shoulder, any tension in your body or in your hands. Okay? And you're bringing them down onto your lap. So the little circles are kind of facing towards my tummy. My fingers are just on my lap. Now, some of you may have, they may not touch, and that's fine. That's fine. Shoulders are down and back. Spine is straight. Face is nice and soft. This is an enjoyable practice. It's just a lot to learn at the beginning, but it will come with practice. I'm still practicing. Okay, we all evolve and learn. Okay, so close your eyes. After your next natural inhalation, breathe out. We're doing 6 rounds of 6-6. Lower, low breathing. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in. Breathe out. Notice where the breath is, front, side and back. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Out. In. Out. Last round in. Last round out. Okay, if you feel you need to, come forward, or you can come onto your side and stretch out the legs. Just take whatever rest you need in between, particularly if you're not used to it, you're learning something new. Let the energy settle, let the blood flow back into the legs. And resume your position. Take a sip of water if you need to. And we're coming on to the mid-chest breath, the Mahat Pranayama. And obviously, with these practices, sometimes they can feel as though they're exerting us, so you need to take a mindful approach. Don't overstretch the lungs. If the 6 count is too much for you, back off to a 4 count or even a 2 count. It just depends on where you're starting, where you're coming from, what issues you are having to deal with, and we have to accept those. So there's no point in trying to go too far, too soon. The next mudra, again, with the chin mudra, we had the little finger and the forefinger. We need that to happen again, but the 3 fingers that were kept straight now curl in. And if you've got long nails, make sure you don't squeeze them in too tightly. They need to be connected, but they don't need to be gripped. We have a habit of gripping things, particularly when we're learning something or we're not in our comfort zone. So just try and be gentle with it. They are still coming towards mine is just below my belly there, and my knuckles are facing in. Now, don't worry if all the knuckles don't touch each other. That's not likely to happen with everybody, okay? You'd have to go like that, so don't do that. I just need to point in. And take a moment Soften the shoulders, soften the face, broaden the collarbones, energy lifting up, robust base, soft elbows, plenty of space. Close your eyes. After your next in cycle, breathe out together. Mid-chest, breathing in through the nostrils, breathe in. And out. I will count this time, I omitted. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Into the mid-chest. Out. Back, side, front. Breathe in. And out. Try not to tense, try and be relaxed. Breathe in. And out. Last round in. Last round out. Try not to collapse, just allow it to release. Belly comes back slightly, gradual contraction. Empty all the air out. Release your chin, Maya Mudra. Maybe you need to wiggle your fingers a little bit or rotate the wrists. Do whatever you need to do. Just sit quietly with your eyes closed for a moment. Noticing maybe where you felt the breath, where it's still, the coolness may still linger. The spaciousness might be apparent, maybe not. Depends where you are in your practice. You can come forward for a moment to release the legs if you like to. Bounce them out if that's what you need to do. And come back up. This time the mudra is using the thumb on both hands, and we're sort of trying to take the thumb over to where the little pad is at the bottom of the little finger, but if that doesn't happen, you go as close as you can, okay? And then we wrap the fingers around, and this is Adi Mudra, okay? And this is for our upper breath, okay? So we bring them down onto the thighs again, and the knuckles are pointing towards each other. Don't worry if they don't meet. This means that there's plenty of room under the armpits, but the elbows are soft, the hands are not gripped. Don't grip them like you're making a fist. Soft shoulders, long neck, long spine. Crown of the head reaching upward, sit bones or knees pressing down. Close your eyes. After the inhalation, breathe out together. Upper chest around the clavicle. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In. Out. Breathe in front, side and back. Try and get a sense of it in the back. Breathe out, back, side and front. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. Out. Try not Start to lift the shoulders. It's not about lifting the shoulders. Breathe in to the upper chest. Breathe out. In. Out. Last round in. And last round out. Release your hands. Maybe you need to rotate the digits, the fingers, take any stress away, shake them out, or just draw them in and out. Just sit quietly for a moment. Release the legs if you need to, or if you're sitting and you've been sitting a long time, stand up, shake the legs out. Don't hold tension in any part of the body. You need to release the tension and build up your resilience and your stamina, because it does take stamina to sit like this. It does take resilience. It does take practice. We don't sit on the floor in the West, so it's not something that comes naturally to us. It takes practice. And maybe we don't even get to Vajrasana. Doesn't mean you can't practice pranayama. Of course it's nice to make an effort. Of course it's nice to see what we can do and not just say, no, I can't do it. But if you know that there are limitations that prevent you from coming onto the floor, but you would like to have the therapeutic benefits, overwhelmingly therapeutic benefits of pranayama, sit up on your chair, and you can even practice in bed. I will actually do the 3-part breath lying down. I didn't do it last time when we did the Vibhava Pranayama. I showed you sitting up, but I didn't show you how you could do it lying down. So I will make a video about that. So the full breath, the Mahat Pranayama, the one that brings the Adam, the Madhyam, the Adhyam together. And because we're looking at 6 coming in and 6 coming out, we're going to think of 2 counts, 2 counts, 2 counts going in, and 2, 2, 2 coming out. You may not get all of the elements the first time. That's fine. It's learning. You know, when we're learning, we know what we don't know. You know that feeling? Oh, I know I don't know it, but I don't know what it is. That's completely normal. So much I don't know. The more I learn, the more I don't know. So we're doing the Brahma mudra. You know, with a beautiful, you know the mudra of the divinity. A beautiful, mudra. So let's put the thumb to the little finger again and curl the fingers around. But this time, instead of coming onto the thighs, we are flipping the little circles, I would say about 2 or 3 inches above the belly button, depending on your body. Maybe around just where the solar plexus is. Not too high, not too low. But it needs to be a mudra. It's not, oh, I'm down here, okay? And I'm so relaxed, the mudra's gone haywire. Or up here, oh, and I'm so tense, I don't know what the hell I'm doing this practice. No, around about here. Elbows open, shoulders soft, and close your eyes. So a gentle reminder to you, this is the 3 lobes coming together. So we start low, then we go to mid, then we go to upper on our inhale. Our exhale is low, mid, upper, about 2 counts for each one. Okay, breathing in here, natural breath, breathe out. You start now, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Watch you don't grip the mudra, in, out. In lower, mid, upper. Out, lower, mid, upper. In. Out. Into 3 more rounds. Breathe in. Breathe out. Fill up. Breathe in. Lower, mid, upper. Breathe out. Last round. Breathe in. And out. Release your mudra. Place your hands onto your thighs. And just feel and experience, just notice and witness. Are you more aware of the breath? Are you frustrated that you're not more aware of the breath? Is there a lobe that feels stronger, that feels fuller? Or maybe you haven't noticed anything, you're just starting your journey and taking step 1. Bring the hands together at the heart. And breathe in. Just let's open out. Looking up to the universe, up to our higher power, up to our divine. Drawing that energy in and all the way through to the heart. We'll do that twice more. Breathing in. Open up. You can look up. Draw the hands to Anjali Mudra. Bringing it back through crown, third eye, throat and heart. Center of your being. Last time, breathing in. Up you come, stretch, hands together, all the way through. And you can bow your head in honor of the practice, in honor of what we are so privileged to share. Be grateful for where you are in your practice. No need to rush. Everything can come in a gentle way, unfolding layer by layer, step by step. And thank you for practicing with me. Namaste. I hope you have a really good day.